Yeah, it's a scary health risk for the men in our lives. Heart disease, the most common cause of premature death in men. And the risk factors are influenced by little things that we do every single day. So how can we minimize those? Zach Miller is a nutritionist. He's from Total Health and Fitness, and client Brad Smith here to talk about what we can do, those little changes, little things you can do today. Are we making mistakes when it comes to what, Zach, on a day-to-day basis?
Well, I just think that we don't take the time and prepare ourselves for the week ahead. And so a lot of times with the clients that I work with, really if we can just simplify their program and make things easy for them, they can put this into their lifestyle and they can get a lot healthier very fast. But you do have to take a little bit of time. You have to think about it, and then you have to execute on that.
When you say program, are you talking eating as well as exercise?
Yeah, so nutrition, resistance training, cardio. Now that can seem like a lot. However, about an hour a day, 3 days a week is really all it takes, and you can really influence your health through that. And we just really make it easy for people to be able to do that.
So you sit down with men and women and people like Brad all the time. What's the biggest hurdle, do you think, for getting healthy and getting your heart healthy?
We know there are a few things. I think people just assume it's really hard, or you have to jump into this crazy program from the start, and that's not the case. I mean, we make it really simple for people. Wherever your start point is, we can take that start point and move you step by step through a program to make sure that you're healthy for the rest of your life, and we make it easy for you to do.
Well, and Brad, you wanted to get healthy. When you first met with with Zach or whoever you met with, did you feel overwhelmed, or what did you like about the program?
Well, probably the most important thing about the program was how sustainable it was. I did want to get healthy. I recognized that I was in a kind of a dangerous heart zone, but I didn't feel really unhealthy. But I knew I was. And the program was really sustainable. I was able to maintain those results after working out and doing the program for about 4 months. It's a year later, and still have the same results, and will probably have for the rest of my life, I hope.
Brad, look at your before and afters. They're on the screen right now. He lost 30 pounds and 9% body fat, and you've maintained that for a year. Your wife and 2 daughters then did the program too?
They did, and that was very, very meaningful, and I didn't anticipate that. So we did it as a kind of part of our family, and I loved having them participate with me. Probably the most important part, I feel really good, and I feel healthy, and I love how I feel and look. But watching someone you love transform and change was much more meaningful than I ever anticipated. I remember in September, after we had been on the program for a while, none of our clothes fit. So we went down to go shopping, and I was with my wife shopping, and we walked into a store, and she was at one side of the store, and as she crossed over to the other side of the store, she became emotional. And I thought, well, what's wrong? And she said, I haven't been able to shop on this side of the store in over 10 years. Now, I didn't know what that meant, but for her, it was life-changing. So we decided to make an investment into our family, and we're still getting the return on that investment, and probably will for the rest of our lives. Everything has changed. Our lifestyle has changed, and watching her transform, and we went into the changing room, and she came out, and I thought, who is this gorgeous woman, and am I going to get in trouble for talking to her by my wife? Oh, it is my wife.
It is my wife.
Yeah, and so it was great for me, and I loved that. But doing it as a family was an unbelievable experience that I'm just really thankful for.
Zach, do you hear stories like this all the time?
Every day, all the time,
and
yeah.
The change on the outside's incredible, but the inside even better.
The confidence, I mean, the swagger. I mean, Brad walks around now just differently.
I saw it.
I mean,
it's swagger walking.
This guy, I'm telling you, he worked his butt off. He looks completely different now, and just you can tell like he's got a little bit of a glow to him, right?
The key is you maintained it.
Yeah,
and you're still doing it.
And it wasn't hard. I really anticipated it being much more difficult, and it's not. And it's great.
All right, if you want to get healthy like Brad did for Father's Day, everybody, men and couples can sign up and receive a 10% discount right now. That's during the month of June. That's the viewer special. Go to TotalHealthAndFitness.com for more information. We can link you from ours, but they have locations in Draper and Centerville, and those phone numbers are right there on your screen. Thanks, you two, for joining us. All right, coming up next, we are headed to the kitchen.